You have within you a hidden power. A power so remarkable that it can literally transform your life once you learn how to properly use it. That power is your subconscious mind. Most people tend to underestimate the power of the subconscious mind because they don't understand exactly what the subconscious mind is or how it works. However, when you learn how to properly utilize the power of your subconscious mind, you can experience more happiness and joy, more success, more financial abundance, better health, and stronger relationships than you ever imagined possible. Keep watching this video if you want to find out the hidden power of your subconscious mind. Before we can fully appreciate the power of the subconscious mind, it's important to understand the characteristics of the conscious mind. It controls your voluntary thoughts and functions. For example, right now I want you to raise your left hand in the air. That's a voluntary function, which is controlled by your conscious mind. The conscious mind is also the logical portion of your mind. It's the part of your brain that has the ability to think through a situation logically, to analyze it, and to make decisions based on the facts. Likewise, when you evaluate past mistakes and learn from them, that's your conscious mind at work. When you go through the process of setting goals for the future, that's another example of your conscious mind at work. Sometimes you may hear someone say, "I made a conscious decision to do that." That's the power of the conscious mind. It gives us the ability to consider the situation, evaluate the facts, analyze the risks, and determine what we believe is the best course of action. It also gives us the ability to put together a thoughtful plan to implement the course of action we have decided upon. But as marvelous as the conscious mind is, it also has some inherent limitations. For one thing, the conscious mind has a limited memory. How often have you had trouble remembering someone's name, or even remembering where you put your keys? Those are the examples of the limited memory of the conscious mind. Another limitation of the conscious mind is that it can do only one thing at a time. If it tries to do more than one thing at a time, it has to switch back and forth very rapidly. An example might be reading while someone is talking to you. At any given instant, your conscious mind can focus on what you're reading, or it can focus on listening to what's being said to you, but it can't focus on both at the same time. As the word conscious implies, the conscious mind can't do anything that is not consciously focused on at any specific moment, and that's where the subconscious mind comes into play. Whereas the conscious mind is that portion of your mind that you are aware of. The portion of your mind that you are unaware of is called your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is on duty 24 hours a day, and it can handle an unlimited number of functions at the same time. It's like the computer running in the background of your mind, constantly controlling your involuntary functions, emotions, and habits. Whether you are wide awake or sound asleep, your subconscious mind is continually at work controlling all the vital functions of your body without the help of your conscious mind. You don't have to consciously think to breathe, to make your heart beat, to digest your food, to blink your eyes, and so on. Your subconscious mind handles all of that for you around the clock, whether you're asleep or awake. Your subconscious mind is constantly communicating with every cell in your body, receiving input from those cells and sending instructions to them. The subconscious mind also handles all of the routine tasks that you had to learn through a painstaking process with your conscious mind. A classic example is the task of learning to drive a car. At first, you had to think consciously about everything you did. Like when you were going to turn right at the next street, you had to think consciously and be instructed to take your foot off the gas, turn your right blinker on, put your foot on the brake, start turning the steering wheel to the right, and on and on. But once you went through that conscious learning process, neural pathways would be formed in your brain, and gradually your subconscious mind take over so you don't have to consciously think about every movement or action. The same process applies to most of the things you have consciously learned to do, such as riding a bike, tying your shoes, swimming, you name it. These are all examples of things you had to learn how to do consciously through a painstaking process. But once you went through that conscious process, the subconscious mind took over. And now you can do those things without consciously thinking about them. The reason your subconscious mind learned to do those things is because you did them repetitively through your conscious mind. In fact, everything you have experienced in your life, from the moment you were born, is present in the memory bank of your subconscious mind, including every sight you have ever seen, every sound you have ever heard, and every emotion you have ever experienced. They are all stored in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where you hold deep-seated beliefs about yourself, including whether you see yourself as talented or untalented, intelligent or unintelligent, successful or unsuccessful, deserving of love or undeserving of love, and on and on. These deep-seated beliefs about yourself are the result of all of your life's experiences, including your childhood experiences. And this is important because as adults, we often hold many negative self-concepts and beliefs in our subconscious minds that were developed in our childhood years. For examples, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm lazy, I'll never amount to anything, I can't do anything right, etc. When you hold such negative self-concepts and beliefs, they are easily programmed deeply into your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind accepts these negative statements as facts. And regardless of when the negative programming occurs, the effects on your life can be dramatic. If you continue to hold negative beliefs about yourself at the subconscious level, you will tend to experience negative realities in your life. But if you hold positive beliefs about yourself, you will tend to experience positive realities in your life. That's because your reality will ultimately match the subconscious image you have of yourself. If you have a deep subconscious belief that you're stupid, your subconscious mind will cause you to do things that make you look stupid. If you have a subconscious belief that you're destined to be poor or that you don't deserve to be wealthy, your subconscious mind will cause you to mishandle money or to be drawn towards circumstances that keep you poor, because that's where your comfort level is. If you subconsciously believe that you're unlovable, your subconscious mind will cause you to push people away or to sabotage your relationships. If you subconsciously believe you're unhealthy or that you will experience health problems, your subconscious mind will cause your immune system not to function properly and you will get sick. The subconscious self-image you have of yourself determines your reality. So if you're not happy with your reality today, you need to change your subconscious self-image. Once you transform these deep-seated negative subconscious beliefs into positive ones, your reality will change accordingly. That's the hidden power of the subconscious mind. In fact, this process is so simple, you may be tempted to think it won't work. And if you have any doubts that it will work, I have 2 words of advice for you. Try it. Try it for 6 months, and then compare your life at the end of that 6-month period to what your life is like right now. Once you do that, you will be a believer in the process. The first thing you want to do is sit down with a pencil and a pad of paper and start designing the life you want. The way you do that is by writing down a series of affirmations that describe you and your life exactly as you want it to be. You can include all aspects of your life: your finances, your health, your relationships, your charitable giving, your spirituality, the home you live in, the car you drive, your lifestyle, being a loving and giving person, how much you travel, where you travel, your career, and on and on. Start with about a dozen, because it's a large enough number to enable you to address several aspects of your life. But it's also a small enough number that you can pretty easily commit the affirmations to memory, which will prove helpful, as you will see. The key is to design the life that you want and to create the person that you want to be. Always write your affirmations in the present tense, as if you have already achieved them. The subconscious mind only lives in the present tense, so your affirmations must be phrased in the present tense. If your goal is to write a book, you may say I'm a best-selling author, rather than I will write a book next year. Besides, negative words should not be included in your affirmations, because the subconscious mind doesn't see or hear negative words like not. So if you say I'm not afraid, your subconscious mind may hear that as I'm afraid. So instead, say something positive like I'm confident and courageous. Don't worry if it takes some time to come up with a list. It's okay to spend several days writing and refining your list of affirmations, and you can update it from time to time. But once you have developed your list of affirmations, now you begin the process of embedding these affirmations in your subconscious mind. Twice a day, simply relax, clear your mind, and focus on the affirmation on your list. It's up to you to decide when you spend time with your list. But first thing in the morning and just before you go to sleep at night are 2 excellent times. Visualize yourself as already having these traits and already having achieved these goals. See yourself in action doing those activities and being that person. Regardless of when you do it, it's important to put yourself in a very relaxed state, because relaxation opens the door to subconscious mind. The visualization is critical to success of the process. Your subconscious mind doesn't know real from imagined. It will accept as real the things you visualize. For example, if your written affirmation is I live in my dream home, feel free to add more detail and say something like I live in my dream home overlooking the ocean. It brings me great happiness to sit on my balcony and watch the waves crash in on the shore and to smell the ocean air. Create a mental picture. See yourself sitting on the balcony of your dream home overlooking the ocean and watching the waves roll in and smelling the ocean air. Get in the habit of doing this a couple of times a day. This is important because of the principle of repetition. When programming the subconscious mind, it is necessary to repeat the condition often until the new belief is totally accepted by the subconscious mind. It is critical that you stick with the process until your affirmations are totally accepted by the subconscious mind. That's because the subconscious mind cannot hold 2 competing beliefs at the same time. For example, your subconscious mind will either believe that you're intelligent or that you're unintelligent. It will not accept both. So if your past programming has implanted the belief that that you're unintelligent. That's what your subconscious mind will believe until you override that belief and implant your subconscious mind with the belief that you're intelligent. Once the subconscious mind accepts the new belief, it will begin acting accordingly to the new belief. As your subconscious mind accepts these new beliefs, it's also important to take conscious steps toward your goals as well. For instance, let's say one of your affirmations is I successfully run a marathon. In this example, as you embed this affirmation into your subconscious mind, you would also want to consciously take the necessary steps to prepare for a marathon. You will start researching marathon races in your area and decide which one you want to run in. You will put together a training plan and a timetable to move you toward this goal. In this way, your subconscious mind and conscious mind work together to move you toward your goals. So as you follow this process of embedding these new beliefs in your subconscious mind, continually ask yourself what steps you can be taking on a conscious basis to move yourself in the direction of your goals. As you do this, you will find a renewed confidence that you can achieve and accomplish every single one of your affirmations. Commit to this process for 6 months, and then take a look at the changes that have occurred in your life. Once you do this, you will understand the power of this process. That's pretty much it for today. The subconscious mind is one of the most powerful weapons that you have in your arsenal. It could be the difference between spotting or missing an opportunity, or the difference between living a rich and fulfilling, or poor and unhappy life. It could give you influence over people, or it could enslave you to work for other people. Hope you learned something today and can influence your subconscious mind to work towards the goals that are important to you, because mastering it can lead to successful life and fulfillment of all your dreams. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. See you next time.